Hey everybody, welcome back to the Soapy Cauldron. Today's video is going to be a restock of the Cottage by the Sea soap. It is based off of Shell Cottage, which is where Bill and Fleur lived after they got married, and also, of course, it's where Dobby was laid to rest. So it's a good place and a bad place. But the soap that I'm making today is based on the shoreline where the waves crash into the sea, and it smells like the beach. So that's what we're going with today. I actually already mixed up my oils and my lye, so my batter is ready. I'm gonna split it off into three containers. I need just a little for the top, just a little for the bottom, but most of the color is going to be blue like the ocean. So that's what we're going to do right now. Is I'm going to take out the blender stick and I'm going to pour it off into 3 containers. So that's first step. So this will be white, this will be blue, and this one will be our sandy bottom brown. First things first, we're gonna take the brown that we're going to be using and we're gonna set the blue and the white off to the side. And now we're gonna mix up the color and the fragrance in this one. So for this one, I have chosen these 2 little packets. I'm gonna kind of mix them together. This is a brown, this is a gold, but I was looking for like a sandy beach bottom. So I'm just gonna put a little of each in here and hopefully that will be the color that we need. Okay, I forgot to tell you the fragrance oil that we'll be using is called Island Fresh by Nature's Garden. And it really does smell like a beach breeze. I'm only gonna put a tiny little bit in the brown batter. Most of it's gonna go in the blue and then just a little tiny bit in the white. And I only have 1 jar of this because it actually goes a long way. So just put a little bit in there, a little bit more than that, Jennifer. Too much as always. Okay, so that's in there. I like the color that this has given me, so I'm just gonna mix this up really quick and then I'm gonna pour it into our mold. All right, so I really like the color that this gave me. It's like a rusty brown, so I'm not mad about it. I like the color that we've gone with. So now what we're gonna do is pour it into our mold, slide our mold into place, okay? And then I'm just gonna pour it straight in. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a few minutes to set up, and then I'm gonna texture it because I don't believe any beach bottom has ever been so smooth. So we're gonna texture it, put like little divots and stuff in it, and then I'll pour the blue in, and then I'll come back and do the white on top. And what I'll do for the white is just kind of swirl it to make like foam and stuff. Okay, so that's in there. This fragrance oil is probably one of my favorites. It's so fresh and so clean. It reminds me of like Gain Sunshine. I don't know if that's the right thing or not, but it smells so good. Oh, so good. It's like everything you want a soap to smell like. All right, so this is in there nicely. I'm gonna bang it on the ground to get all the air bubbles out, and then I'm gonna give it 5 to 10 minutes to set up. Once it's set up, I'll come back and I'll show you how I texture it, and then I'll do the blue and the white. All right, so it's set up nicely, so I just wanted to show you what I'm gonna do is just kind of make a bunch of holes and pockets in the soap because that's gonna resemble the ocean floor. So that's all I'm doing, just going around and making little divots and stuff. So I'm gonna come back in just a few minutes and we are going to do the blue. Be right back. All right, so the brown is set up nicely. As you saw, I did the little texture to it. So I have this really pretty blue color that I'm going to add. And then I have a little like seafoam green that I'm also gonna add to it. I think this blue is gonna give me the color that I want, but just in case it doesn't, I wanted to add some of the green, because the ocean water is usually rarely like this blue. It's usually like a blue-green. So I wanted to add just like a little hint of green. Ugh. So I've watched I've watched videos before and I make the ugliest faces. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I make some ugly faces. So I've been pointing it out in most of my videos because it's comical. So I'm gonna blend this. I'm gonna pour the rest of the fragrance oil since I put way too much in the brown. I'm gonna pour the rest of the fragrance oil in this and then I'm gonna pour it on the brown. Alrighty, so we're back. The blue looks great, smells great, everything's perfect. So we're just gonna clean this out, and then I'm gonna pour it in. I don't know if it's this fragrance oil or this color, but this is accelerating, so we're gonna hurry up and pour it in. I'm gonna use a spatula just to kind of break the fall, because I don't want it to go straight through the ocean floor, but I do want it to, it's just so thick, I just don't want it to like bang through. I don't think it will, but just in case, we're just gonna pour quickly. See how thick it is? Sheesh leash. I don't think that's a word, but yeah. So, since this is so thick, I'm also gonna go ahead and pour the white on top, because that'll just be the last part anyways, and this is already so thick. I'm gonna bang it on the floor first. That'll be the first step, to bang it on the floor, and then I'll come back and put the white on top. So, all right, last step is to pour the white. I actually do not color this one, and I didn't get to put any fragrance oil in it either, just because like the white caps, they're not really white, they're kind of foamy, so this is going to be also foamy, so I'm just gonna pour it along the top, and then I'll come back and do some texture, because I don't want it to be too white. But I am gonna scrape it out of my bowl. And I'm gonna use this blue because it's totally fine, because the white and the blue are gonna be mixed-ish together anyways in just a second, so it's not the end of the world at all. Okay, so there's that, and I'm gonna smooth it out, but then I'm gonna add some texture to it, so I'm gonna just let it set up for a second. But one thing I am about to do is I'm going to run, I'm probably gonna run a chopstick if I can find my chopstick. If I can't find my chopstick, I'm gonna run a Yeti straw. But just kind of swirl it into the blue is what the goal is. So let me go get a Yeti straw / chopstick, and I'll be right back. All right, no such luck on my chopstick, but I did find a Yeti straw. So all I'm going to do is just stick the straw in and swirl it, just to give us some definition when the white and the blue, when you look at the soap once it's cut, you'll see where the white dips into the blue. So that's all I'm doing, is just kind of giving it some swirls. And what it'll look like when you cut it is it's going to look like the ocean white caps and like a stormy sea. So that's all I'm doing. So that's pretty much it with this soap. Yeah, I'm just gonna add some like little peaks and stuff, like see if I can flick it up. But that's pretty much it for this soap. This is one of my favorites, and I'm very glad that y'all voted for me to make it again, because I kind of wasn't going to, and then apparently I ordered I ordered the fragrance oil without even remembering that I ordered the fragrance oil. And when it came in, I was like, let's see if they want it again. So that's what I did, and y'all liked it. So that's it. I'll give y'all a close-up as always, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And as always, thanks for watching. Okay guys, as you can see, it's done. This is what the top looks like. You can kind of see the white and blue where I swirled it together. So when I cut it, the plan is that it's going to look like the top of a wave, like with the white caps and stuff. And then of course the brown at the bottom. So I can't wait to cut this. I hope y'all love it. Thanks for watching.